Welcome friends, in this video let's discuss about the trade and other issues of the Indus Valley civilization. The trade was mainly in the form of barter system. The goods were traded for the goods, there was no currency involved, and we find two important types of trade, that is internal trade and external trade. Internal trade is within the country itself among the Harappan people and also other people of the country like among the people of UP, Bihar, Maharashtra, Saurashtra, and also with South India. Okay, and for the external trade we find the trade with other civilizations of the world at that period like Mesopotamia of Iraq, Central Asia, Afghanistan and Persia, and also ancient Egypt. We find the evidence of trade in the form of the presence of seals, Harappan seals in the Mesopotamia. They call Harappans and Indians as Meluha. Okay, and the presence of Mesopotamian seals in certain sites of Indus Valley civilization. So this provides the evidence of external trade at that period, and especially the sites like Dholira and Lothal. Lothal had artificial dockyard. It had trade relation with other coastal regions of the other parts of the country. Okay, so the trade in the form of export from Harappan civilization sites is the cotton goods, pottery, ivory, teak, slate, indigo, amazonite, lead, tin, jade and copper. So we exported pottery, we were expert in pottery. We had sophisticated and very fine a fine-tuned pottery. Okay, next is imports. We imported lapis lazuli from Afghanistan. Tin was also imported from Afghanistan for making bronze. Okay, copper was sourced from K3 copper mine, but we were short of tin, so it was imported from Afghanistan. And turquoise from Persia, jade from Central Asia. Next, let's look at the political organization. So Harappan sites had uniform town planning system like grid pattern of housing, citadel and lower town, and a uniform weights and measure system, pottery, seals. These were uniform throughout the Harappan civilization sites to the extent of 1.3 million square kilometer. So these things could not be achieved without a centralized authority or without a formal authority, without a ruling class. So, but it was no clear-cut evidence available about ruling class or hierarchical system. But speculation is that it was ruled by the merchants, and Harappan people lacked weapons. It was ruled by the merchants. Okay, and next let's look at the religious practices. Here the important thing is that gods were not placed in temples. Okay, gods were not placed in temples, they were worshipped in the form of trees, animals and human beings. So the nature worship was prominent. Please remember, it was not placed in the temples for prelims examination. Okay, and the major goddess is mother goddess. It was a terracotta figurine of mother goddess earth, so they looked upon earth as a fertility goddess. Okay, and worshipped her as the goddess. So we find the traces of Hinduism in this, because later in Hinduism we worshipped Durga, Chamundeshwari, Amba, Kali and Chandi, Lakshmi, Saraswati, okay, Sharda. So we find the traces of Hinduism from Harappan religious practices. So we had a question in mains examination of 2014 that please explain that Hinduism had traces in Harappan religious practices, something of that kind. So please be mindful while reading and and expect some questions like this. Next, we find male deity in a seal called Pashupati Mahadeva. Okay, so Pashupati Mahadeva was sitting in a yogic posture. So it had the three-horned head. Okay, three-horned head. It was surrounded by a tiger. Okay, tiger on the right side, left side, and rhinoceros. Okay, rhinoceros and buffalo, and two deer also present on the lower side, nearby leg. Okay, so we also found the phallus worship. So we find the traces of Shaivism. Okay, Shaivites worship the Shivalinga. Okay, and tree and animal worship was also present. The papal tree was worshipped. Animals like humped bull, even still revered, was also worshipped at that time. Rhinoceros was also worshipped. And next is, let's look at the Harappan script and language. The Harappan script was not and is not deciphered till yet. Okay, and we find 4,000 specimens of Harappan writings on the stone seals and other objects. So we have 250 to 400 pictographs. So this Harappan language and script is pictographic. Okay, Harappan script is pictographic. It was not alphabetical. Please remember. And these seals were used for documentation purposes. It was used as record of property during those period, and it was also used for aesthetic purposes. And these seals were made out of steatite, a kind of stone, soft stone. And humped bull is the most frequent animal found on these seals, and ownership of property is marked with the help of these seals. And these seals were also found in the Mesopotamia and other ancient civilizations of the world. This showed that we had trade relations with those civilizations. And next is terracotta figurine. Terracotta figurines of birds, dogs, sheep, cattle, and monkeys were found. And these terracotta figurines are unsophisticated. They were crude. These were prepared, made by the common people. Okay, and when we compared these terracotta figurine with the seals and images made out of bronze were very sophisticated. They were made beautifully. Okay, so you can imagine the crudeness of terracotta figurine and sophisticatedness of the seals and bronze images of that period. And it is evident that these seals and bronze images were made by the experts, okay, expert artisans, and for the rich aristocrats and other rich people, town dwelling people. And terracotta figurine were prepared and manufactured by the common people and for the common people. So you can imagine the inequality that were present at that time. So this completes the features of Harappan civilization. Next, let's look at the other components of Harappan civilization. Thanks for watching. Please share the videos. Thanks for watching.